Okay, the graph of the polynomial is shown over here. Now, when you look at this, you should know it's a cube, or at least an odd function. Odd functions always do that. A negative odd function would just go the other way. In other words, if I threw a negative in front of x cubed or x5 or whatever, it's now going to go like in red. So remember that. Please remember that. That's how odd functions always look. Now, well, of course, they sometimes have a hump or whatever in the middle as well. So just be aware of that. But anyways, so we know we have an odd function. In other words, it's going to be x cubed or x5 or x7, some odd power. Okay, what is true about the function's degree and leading coefficient? Well, as I was discussing, we know it's got to be a positive because it's going up to the right and down to the left like normal. If it was going this way, it would have a negative in front. So we're looking at A or C, and we know it's odd. Leading coefficient is positive. Now, let's look at problem 2. Notice how it's going up on both ends. That makes it an even. It's some form, well, obviously it's not an x squared. It's going to be x4 or x6 or some kind of even powered function. Okay? So because it's going up, it's going to be positive. So we know that the leading coefficient here is positive, and it's going to be an even degree function. Now look at choice B right here. This one right here in the middle. Notice it's doing this, but going in up, left, and down, right. This one's going to have a negative in front. And it's, again, going to be an x cubed or x5 or x7. But it's going to be a negative odd powered function. Okay. Choice C. See how it's going down on the left and going down on the right? We know this one's an even function like x4 or x6 or something. But because it's going down, it's going to have a negative in front. So when it's up, it's positive. When it's down, it's negative. Okay, so we already did those. Let's look at number 3 at the bottom here. Notice we're given a positive x4 function. So we know it does something like this. It's going to go up on both ends because it's positive. Okay. All right, so notice that as I go to negative infinity here, it's going to positive infinity. As I go to positive infinity over here, it's going to positive infinity as well. Now notice this one has a negative in front of the x6. So this one's going to look something like this. So it's going to go down on both ends. So as x goes to the left, we know that y is going to go to negative infinity. And as well on the right, when x goes to positive infinity, it's going to go to negative infinity. All right, so we already did 3 and 4. Let's look at 5. Notice it's a negative x cubed. So we now know it looks something like this. Up on the left, down on the right. So as x goes to the left, that's basically what it means, negative infinity here. Notice it's going to positive infinity. Over here, as x goes to positive infinity, going to the right, it's going to go to negative infinity. All right, one more. Notice the x7, it's odd and it's positive. That means it's going to look something like that. It's going to go up on the right, down on the left. Okay? So therefore, as we go to the left, it's going to negative infinity. As we go, x goes to positive infinity, it's going to go to positive infinity.